round table, not round or square or triangle. We come to hang and the gang on Friday, that's we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice around the table, our host is formidable. He runs the strange, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No wrench in hand, we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, welcome to another meeting of the Knights of the Round Boy Table here in the great meeting hall of Castle Camelot. I hope you're okay there. And it's great to see so many people coming in early, all ready to go. And hopefully I don't let you all down. And I will be cutting this a bit short today. Joyce and I are on the highway. We're going to visit our son. So we want to get on the highway a little early. So I don't know how soon we'll do that. Let's get into everybody that's here and hope you're all good. So first of all, at the top of the list, we've got, because once again, YouTube's bounced back to the ats. I can't stand it. I just want the names of the channels. So I've got Sir Tim of Dowd is at the top of my list. Welcome to our CEO, and as CEO, you should be top of the list, shouldn't you? Sir Andre of Eckhart. We've got Sir Andy of 81E. We've got Sir Lee from Anfield Road. We got Sir Darren from Canadian Locomotive Logistics. We've got Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot. We've got Sir Jean of Ricard. And Jean, I'm going to give out your business there. Jean's a very close relative of Jean and aunt, the one sibling, sister of his mother, passed away this week. So I'm a little surprised that you're here. I figured you might be off to Copenhagen, but I don't know if that's going to be happening or not. Sir Dwight of Curly is here. Sir Mick, the Royal Barkeep, is here. We've got Dino, Sir Dino, the Moderate Shed, who is sort of the knight of, in charge of, I don't know, what would you call that? Promotion. You know, he's always got those Dino, Andy, Tom, you know. We got Sir John of Mystic Railroad, Sir Clive of Newland Railway, Sir Dave from Scott Rails, being the typical man, gonna pop in real quick and then go to sleep. So thank you for doing that, or maybe don't. No, thank you. We've got Sir Tom of Couples is here. Sir Tom Houston is here. Sir Tom of Couples, our Sergeant at Arms of the Knights of the Round Boy Table. We've got Sir Chris from the Valleys is here, and we've got, I believe that's Sir Christopher from Woodgate Junction. And I saw that Sir Efo was here earlier, and anybody else that was here earlier that has disappeared off the chat board. Nice to have you all here. Sir Carl from Bangotcher Junction is here. So the big news is, and Sir Dwight of Curly, if I didn't say hi to you, yeah, we just got our new stove delivered, and unfortunately we cannot use it because it needs a dedicated electrical line, and we don't have a dedicated electrical line. Our gas stove only needed a basic electric line. This one needs a full dedicated 220 voltage line. Yeah, it's really crazy, John, trying to figure out. In some cases, the names are there anyhow, but in other cases, it's like, wait, what's the name we know them by? Because all this stupid at, and YouTube is bouncing back and forth. They clear the ats, and then they do the ats, and then they go back to the ats. It's annoying as hell. Last week on my list, it was all the channel names. It wasn't the at, and this week it's all the channel, or it's all the ats again. So yeah. So we did get our new stove delivered. We just can't use it, but we're going to be out of town this weekend, so it doesn't matter. So that also means I'm not going to be on Artie stream because we'll be somewhere tomorrow. Let's see. What's the other big news? Well, the other big news is there was no video about the new cars, the new Amtrak cars, because there are no new Amtrak cars. They are lost in the mail. It's just been an annoying week. There's a lot of things going on with our U.S. mail department right now, but if I can kind of pop this up real quick and just explain. So here it is. You can see it was mailed out on October 14th and was mailed out as first class mail. So it should have been here 3 to 5 days. So October 14th or 15th. But yeah. And the thing is, it got to Columbus. It was supposed to be here on the 18th, and then they delayed and said it won't be here until the 19th. So it got to Columbus, and going from Columbus, it then goes up to Pontiac, the distribution center in Pontiac, which is silly because it has to go through Toledo to go from Columbus to Pontiac, because Pontiac is a western suburb of Detroit. So to go to Pontiac, it's got to come through Toledo. So they really need to, the USPS really needs a distribution center here in Toledo, because we're on two major highways. We're on 80-90 east-west and 75 north-south. They really should have the distribution center here and then drop off a bunch of here that's going from Columbus elsewhere. But it goes, if it's going east, it'll go Columbus, Pittsburgh, and so on. And if it's going west, it'll go, well, it wouldn't have come this way to begin with unless it's coming from Pittsburgh. And then it'll go down to Columbus and then up to Chicago or St. Louis. But anyhow, Pontiac is 50 miles. It's less than an hour drive from my driveway. It's not that far. And it got to Pontiac, and they told me, you'll have it Monday, the 20th. All right, so it's 2 days late, but I'll have it Monday the 20th. Well, it arrived at Pontiac early on Sunday morning, and they usually don't do any movement. But usually if something's in Pontiac, it will be on my doorstep the next morning. If it's in Pontiac the day before, it'll be on my doorstep the next day. Lost. They keep saying in transit to next facility, arriving late, in transit to next facility, arriving late, and it has not arrived, and they have no idea where it is. It was registered in as Pontiac and then listed as out of Pontiac, but they don't know where it is. So as you can see, I filed a missing package claim. So it's just continuing on with a string of annoyances I've been dealing with in the real world lately. Just nonstop, one piece of bad luck after another. You know, mostly first world problems, but still just annoying as all get out. And I'm and hey, Sir Dirk, and Sir Eric from Von Don Eisenbahn, and Sir Leslie from Leslie Gilpin Railways, and who else did I meet while I was showing what I'm going frustrated about? You know, and the thing is, there's no point in yelling at somebody. At most, there's one person responsible. Somebody put it on the wrong truck. Somebody labeled it in, then it got set somewhere, and yelling at everybody on the phone and blah, blah, blah. You really do get further being understanding. You know, you attract more flies with honey than vinegar, as the saying goes. So I try to be understanding, but I do let it be known, like, this is, you know, I spent, you know, not a lot of money on this, but it's just stupid that it hit Pontiac, and the next stop from Pontiac, when something being delivered to me leaves Pontiac, the next stop is my local post office up the road here. So, yeah, so that was frustrating. And then we got the only good luck was that we got the new oven early, because they were saying 12 to 4. And I was like, it would just be the way things have been going for me the last few weeks, that they would want to deliver it, and they'll call at, like, we'll be there about 3 o'clock, you know, right when I go live. But they came here early. The window was 12 to 4 and they showed up at 11:30. But of course, I figured this was going to be a problem. I knew we did not have the full power line, so I had to call an electrician. The electrician's coming Monday is coming Monday to put in a new dedicated 220 volt line for the oven. So Joyce is just going to have to wait a few more days before we can use her new oven, or I'll have to wait since I do more cooking than she does. Hello, Sir Mark from LinkedIn Road. And now, see, Eric, I'm the opposite. I very, very extremely rarely, you know, like 1% of the time have problem with USPS. I have a lot more problems with UPS and FedEx. Oh my God, FedEx is the worst. But usually I have no problems with USPS. No matter where I'm getting it from, whether it's international coming into UPS. Once UPS has it, I usually get it either the day before it's scheduled to arrive or the day of. I usually find things move faster. But yes, I suppose you can live in certain areas where maybe USPS doesn't work as well. But I also have relatives that work for USPS, and they could tell you about budget cuts, especially lately. Yeah, we don't say the F word. Tell me about it. That's the worst thing in the world is my company, FedEx. Now, I also was talking to friend of the channel, Tom from Märklin's Layout and Cars. And yeah, he bought his first thing from overseas, and the markup on it was ridiculous. And I'm still waiting for one thing I'm going to buy from Lipa, and then it might be the last thing I buy from overseas. Royal Mail rules. Yeah, I've had, you know, since I've been into model trains, I've had 3 packages come late out of all the stuff that I get from the US Post Office. But once the US Post Office has it, it arrives 3 to 5 days, whether it's an eBay pickup or something we ordered from somewhere else, or we're getting shipped to us, or something I bought from a shop that sends by United States Post Office. I've only had 3 things that came late. One came 2 days late. One, because the way the European road is 4, they kept interpreting it as a 9. So instead of my post office code, which starts 436, they were reading as 936, which is military post. So somebody kept looking at it, go, oh, this is 936, and they kept throwing it back into the military post. But at least we were able to trace it. And finally, somebody stuck a sticker on and said, that's a 4. And I got it, but about a week and a half late. So this is going to vie for... the thing is, we could always track it because you would watch it come from Germany, arrived in New York, released from customs. Okay, now it's in Pittsburgh. Now it's in Pontiac. Now it's in Chicago. Now it's in St. Louis. Now it's in San Diego. Now it's in Guam. What? You know, once it went to Chicago, I was like, why did this go to Chicago? And then when St. Louis, I started to go, guys, this package went Pontiac to Chicago. Okay, well, and I saw it come back. San Diego, St. Louis, Chicago, Pontiac, back to Chicago. And I went, wait, stop. Somebody tell the idiot in Detroit that that's a 9. And they literally put a special thing on it, said address, postal code 43614. So apparently it was the same idiot both times in Pontiac going, oh, this should be going into the military. And the funniest thing is that the zip code and everything lined up with United States Navy Overseas Intelligence Department. So it was going to Guam and basically to, well, the intelligence agency of the United States Navy. So anyhow, enough of that babble. It's just a lot of things going on, just constant little irritations and bad news in the outer world, which I try to shelter myself from when I go with trains. But I did have to change what I was going to run because I was going to run a bunch of trains in celebration of that Amtrak, and it'll have to wait until the cars get found. So what am I running today? I don't know. Let's look. You know, I do take a picture now and post it as the thumbnail for this so you can kind of get an idea. But today I am running, and we'll see what gremlins show up today. Hey, Sir Digger Evans, welcome in. Welcome in. And anybody else I've missed, all you in the background. But in front is a class 449 known as the Desiro, I believe, or is this? Yeah, this is the Desiro. And then in line 2, we are running the Velaro. Or I might have those backwards. The one is... We are going to run the Velaro. Modellbahn Union, one of my favorite livery trains. It's not necessarily my best runner. It runs okay, but it does have issues on some points now and then. It will suddenly open a point up, so I got to keep an eye on it. And then everybody else should be good to go, but it's these two, the Brawa and the Modellbahn Union, that are tricky that we got. And did I see Sir Ewan is here? Howdy, Sir Ewan. Whoops. Let me, we're good there. I'm running my long container freight. Yeah, we're going to be down south of Columbus to visit my son. And if Eric comes in, or if you're in the background, Eric, Joyce and I, we're on a tight schedule, but if we can arrange to meet early tomorrow morning, like at Robbie's Hobbies or somewhere, hopefully we can do it, but I'd have to really talk to you and work it out. Well, all I can tell you is it's their AC version. It is their AC version. So let's see. And then I got to get to my other trains. There we go. We are running. I'm going to slow this guy down just a bit. They don't need to be that fast. Let's get. I'm running my Märklin fictional livery guy here. He's kind of a long train for a short track, but it's just how I decided to work it out. It was really kind of sort of a panic of who am I going to run today? And really sort of the theme is, other than the freight, it's DMUs. So now let's just get the last couple of DMUs going. I don't know if I've got this guy set up the right way. Yeah, I got him set up the right way. That little NordWest Bahn Class 68. Way in the back, we got a little... Wait, am I running guys the wrong way? Yes, I am. I'm running that guy the wrong way. Silly me. And then a little Class 650 in the back, which Roco just released a few variations of this, including the Czech one. I bought them, or Märklin just released it. I bought the Roco version because I wanted one after riding them in Mainz a few years ago, and Märklin hadn't released one. Now Märklin's got like 4 versions of it out. And hello, Sir Simon, and Sir Gus of Hadley is here. Uh-oh. Whoops. How did you go from lane 4 to lane 1? Oops. Ah. There's the gremlins, as feared and mentioned. How on earth did you go from lane 4? It's not even open, dude. Oh. Well, that's just annoying as all get out. How did you go from lane 5 to lane 1? Well, maybe it's slightly open. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, in a couple of ways, I think I'm starting to regret going to those 3-way points, because they have just caused all kinds of silly hell. And I need to check that point. So let me turn this guy off. So glitches, glitches, and glitches. I just can't get through a fucking live stream anymore without a goddamn glitch. Oh, and yeah, because it hit that one looked like it was okay. Okay. Yeah, you are all the way closed, but you are slightly bent open. Well, let me see if I can do a quick. Let's see if that got everybody squared up. Yep. All right. So, yeah, my NordWest Bahn just went from lane 5 to lane 1. He was doing fine when I had him going the wrong way, so maybe I'll just have him going the wrong way. Okay. Let's see if I can get him back up and moving. Funny thing is, he made it from 5 to 1 without hitting anybody except the train that was in lane 1. Okay. Hello, Sir Anthony of Choberton. Anybody else I missed coming in? Yeah, the thing is, I originally had all turnout motors, Eric, but I needed space compression and a couple other things. So going with the double slips, I should say, which Evo will immediately point out they're not actually double slips, but that's what Märklin calls them. So I call them double slips. Yeah, it did a lot of good for me, and for the most part, they're all right. But yeah, every now and then, and the thing is, it was a regular turnout that was prized open. It was a regular turnout, not one of the double slips. So you'll have to excuse my anger language, but I'm a little frustrated with a lot of things, and my temper line is much shorter than normal. Yeah, yeah, we could go on and on. I can't stand and get the bottom layout going. Yep. I always wait a bit, Andre, because I want to make sure the upper level is going. And make sure everybody's good. Because the bottom level, yeah, I will occasionally have problems, but it's not as important. You know, the upper level is what I do. Well, the nice thing is if they crash, there's an immediate short and everything shuts down, so nothing will keep running. But yeah, I was just lucky that there was no train there. But yeah, the one turnout just was not apparently closed properly after I moved it, which is weird because I test ran everybody. So every now and then when you flick the power on, there's that little buzz of current when you got all the trains on it, and it might pop one. All right, so anyhow, what's running down below? So while you're watching all these guys down below, what do we have on the floor? Where's the floor camp? On the floor, we're running a couple of Javelins. I have been beginning work on... I bumped this in my anger. There we go. I've been beginning work on the 43 HST, that the Virgin one that Scott gave me. So I've started work on a Virgin. I'm a little out of practice working on Virgins. It's been 40 years. Anyhow, I've got the lights working. The lights work great, but there is nothing to the motor. So I don't know if the motor's completely dead. I took my other HST that Brian Finn from Finnerton Central, I bought from him. And to compare the motors, and definitely the wiring's different. So I don't know exactly, especially with a DC analog. To me, the wiring should be basic, but it's a little crazy in there. So I've got to figure out what to do, or the motor's just shot and replace the motor. But unfortunately, there aren't any Ringfield motors that are used in the 43s available on eBay in the United States. I'd have to either go to Canada and buy one and bring one home, because Canada's more likely at a model train shop in Canada to have some British stock. I don't know. Yeah, and I saw that. It was really cool. Yeah, that's the next step. Is the first thing I'm going to do. I've given it a basic clean, but now it's time to do the thing I hate the most, which you seem to enjoy doing, Scott, Dave, and that is take it all apart and give everything a thorough cleaning. I've only done that with one locomotive, and that was my class 44. But yeah, I think there wasn't even a hum though. And normally if there's something going to the motor, even if it's not burning well, you'll get a hum. But yeah, I'm going to have to bite the bullet, take it apart, and give it a thorough scrubbing. Yeah. Oh, I know he will, Andy. I know he will. It's just getting it to America. Getting to America. I think I got everybody going at a good, solid pace here. So a nice, solid pace. Nobody's too fast. Nobody's too slow. The freight might be a little fast, but I think it works. Oh, you had it running. I thought when you gave it to me, I thought you said it was dead. Hello, A Squirrel. Yeah, because there's my friend Jim from Hover Motion. He does videos every couple of months where he's taken the old Roco, the old Piko, the old Märklin Trix motors, and he replaces them with these coreless motors. All right, so let's get some views going here. Let's start with some of the least used ones. There we go. But man, I do love that. That is the RRX. My first buy from the company Modellbahn Union, Model Train Union. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's got a couple of things about it that are a little tricky, delicate, tender, touchy. Hey, Sir Alan of Reynolds, thanks for popping in. But yeah, I mean, after getting this all grassed in, I have done nothing on the Bremen front. I really need to start working on Bremen a bit. But again, I really need to go back and finish off Delmenhorst, get the right trees in the right places, finish that terrain, a little the static grass in certain areas. Well, hello, Sir Andy from March West Junction. I watched your video today. I've not commented on it yet. And considering how busy we're going to be, I may not be able to comment on it until tomorrow or Sunday. I'm going to have another weekend where I'm going to miss a lot of YouTube. I was hoping to catch some of Mark McDade's live stream on Thursday, but Kyan was in a very interactive mood. Let's put it that way. He needed me to be involved a lot. He was not going to let me say, "Hey, Kyan, I need you to sit down now so Opa can watch a little bit of this live stream." I miss it ever since my daughter changed his schedule. I was picking Kyan up at 3:00, so I have to leave about the time Mark starts his live stream, Donegal Dad. And by the time I get back with Kyan, and usually Kyan wants to go to the park, it's over. So I have not been able to watch Mark's live streams in weeks and months. And now picking Kyan up at 1 again, there's a chance I can watch it, but it's not easy.
Oh, I do have you going. I'll speed you up just a little bit. But again, this is one of those angles. Well, ever since I grassed this area in, I just really enjoy it. I need to dirty up some of the grass, get some more mud going. I won't put a lot of static grass in this area. I like the grass the way it is. I'll just put some tall, reedy grass in some areas. And there's Sir Steve from Worthington. Watched your video. I think I commented on yours, which I think went up yesterday. Everything's a blur. The big train show in Shakopee, Minnesota tomorrow. Because, you know, the one train show I go to, my local train show, the Toledo train show, the Greater Toledo train show, I will find European stock before I find 00 stock. I will find European stuff before anything else. He was live streaming from his cruise? Was he really? Oh, it probably does, Ifo. I'm just not that particular. But I will, like I said, I'm happy with it, and just some reedy grass and everything will do wonders. They're the wrong color, too. There. Now you got a weedy line. Hey, Sir Rick, train show in Tipton, Indiana today and Saturday. Well, I'm going to be down in Columbus tonight and tomorrow. But see, the problem is when you buy that stuff, it's not color matched to the turf you have. So to me, that doesn't look as good as if I just left it as grass. But I will, in time, I will start putting things out. People just have to look. It took me 5 years to get the grass down. So if I do anything in anything more in 5 years, I'm already ahead of the game. Let's watch that freighter come up and go around the bend into Delmenhorst. Now, see, I would like to go to a model train show in Cardiff. That would be cool. That would be very enjoyable. I could almost pull it over on Joyce. Hey, Joyce, want to go to Cardiff to a model train show? And all she would hear is Cardiff and go, yeah, sure. Or she'll look at me and say, we can't afford it. Not after the price we paid on that stove. Hello, Sir Floyd of Robbins. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, you're going to the Cardiff show too. Lucky, lucky people. I get jealous all the time. I hear you guys say shit. I don't get as jealous with the Americans because the Americans are far away anyhow. Even though I'm in America, all the shows are far away anyhow. But it's the European ones, UK ones, because all you people are there. And I'm jealous that, oh, if I went to this show, I might bump into a couple of you. If I go to a show within a couple hours here, odds are, unless Rick goes, there's not going to be anybody I know. Train show, hey, welcome, welcome. Train show in Niagara Falls, Canada. Now, if times were different, I'd be tempted to do that one. I could happily go to a train show in Niagara Falls, Canada. I love Niagara Falls. I've been there, 15, 16 times. I've been there once with Joyce for our 5th or 10th wedding anniversary. And then I took my German exchange students there 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then the last 14 and 15. So, yeah, so if you count my 2 times and then all the times I took students there, 15 to 20 times I've been to Niagara Falls, and it never gets boring. The Clifton Hill stuff gets boring because it's all tourist and lots of noise and bright lights, and that stuff gets old real fast. But the falls themselves, no matter how many times, it's just something about when nature is that impressive. It never gets old. When it's man-made, it can get old real quick, but when it's nature, it never gets old. Well, hello, Josh Cannon. Welcome in. And you are a first-timer here. We better knight you. I'm now declaring you a knight of the rhomboid table. Josh, you are now a knight of the rhomboid table, which means you can post a link to your channel or anybody else's channel, as long as it's any kind of hobby related, fishing, trains, model cars, war games, anything. The only thing we avoid both in chat discussion and in linking is anything that is religious or political. We keep that stuff out of here. Well, hello, Lord Mons. Up a little early there, 4:30, 5:30, something like that. Somewhere in the early morning over there. I saw your video today. I have not commented on it because, well, I watched a few videos today, but I was dealing with getting the new oven being delivered and then realizing oops, I'm going to have to get some electrical work done because the oven needs its own dedicated electrical plug. With our gas stove, we just needed a regular one. We didn't have to have it, but this one needs a dedicated 220. So I will have to. I've got an electrician coming Monday morning who's going to put it in for me. Lord knows how much that's going to cost, but there it is. All right, let's pick another camera. I've been trying to emphasize the cameras I don't watch a show enough. Of course, I go to this one just as nobody's there. And the problem is I could have looked 2 feet to my right and said, nobody's there, but this guy's coming in. Hello, Märklin. I know it doesn't exist in reality, but, you know, I kind of wish it did. Märklin should... Märklin should make a deal with somebody and get a bunch of things painted, get one of these Euro dual mode, get them painted up in this, because that is sharp. I don't think Roco or Piko could pull off their colors the same way, but man, it looks good. It looks good in Märklin's black and red. How much power does my layout do at max? Well, I remember which one. Which one do I look at? It's not network. Okay, settings and Ethernet. Ah. All right, at this exact moment, we are running 1.7, is it amps? Which is the green zone. So we are running very healthy. So with 6 trains running, we are at 1.7 amps at the exact moment. What is the maximum? I don't know, because you would have to go deep into the red to find out maximum. So I hope that answers your question, Ifo. As much as I always nag people to do the at, I look at the StreamYard screen here, which doesn't do the. That one was paint. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at this now. What is? Oh, that one, yeah. Yeah, I've actually seen that for sale at a shop in the Netherlands. I've actually seen that one for sale in a shop in the Netherlands. What is it? Winkles? Is it Winkles? What are my trains called when they're running? Okay, Josh, they're all, actually, they're all German. I run Central European trains. I'm an American, but I run Central European trains. The black train you see going, that is a false flag. It is the company. It's the main company most of my stock is from. It's a company called Märklin. They were the largest model train producer in the world. I don't think they still are, but for a long time they were. But Märklin owned Europe for a long time. All right, well, goodbye and good night. Thanks for popping in, Sir Alan. It's always an honor to have you here. So this one coming up, this is a private German commuter train that is a that little blue and yellow one. That is a German company called NordWest Bahn. That's a diesel multiple unit, a DMU. Those usually run in rakes of 3. I've only got one. At one time, I think they sold a dummy for it, but sold out 10 years ago. But that's called a Class 648. And then the all-black train, the locomotive, I'll try to catch them as they go. In the background, coming up, way in the background here, well, not way in the background, but coming up just to the right of the screen right now, that is a Class 650 run by the German rail system, Deutsche Bahn. That is a Class 650. All German trains have a 3-digit for the model number of the locomotive or the multiple unit. If it's a 0, it's steam. If it's a 2, it's electric. 1, it's an electric locomotive. If it's a 2, it's a diesel locomotive. If it's 4, it's an electrical multiple unit. And if it's 6, it's a diesel multiple unit. So that is a 650, a diesel multiple unit. 650. And then I'll try to catch the rest. Hey, hello, Sir Jeff. Welcome in. Saw you had a live stream. I think it was yesterday morning. Unfortunately, I was dealing with Cayenne. And hello, KJ. Woolenbloy. Any new French trades? No, unfortunately not. Just the 2 I can run. And they're not running today. Someday I will get a TJV, and I'd also like a Thalys or a Thalys. Anyhow, so now the grayish, the brownish gray or the grayish brown, he'll be coming around into the screen in a second. That is a Class 462. That is by a private German commuter company, National Express, and it's called an RRX, the Rhine-Ruhr Express. The nice thing is in Germany, any train owned by the main company, Deutsche Bahn, that's the German Federal Railways, Deutsche Bahn, their stuff is very color-coded. Commuter trains are red, and high-speed trains are white with a red stripe, which they call the inner cities. There's the inner city 2, and then there's the ICE, Intercity Express, and then there's variations 1, 2, 3, 4, plus there's the ICE 3 Neo and the ICE T, and there's a whole bunch of variations. Welcome in, SJB Media. Yeah, I hadn't run it in a little while, so I thought I'd get it out and run it. I didn't want to get the red 218 out. Yes, I did see the new Talgo. I got to say, it looks better than I feared it would, because I'm not a big fan of a lot of what Talgo makes in terms of aesthetics, but it did look cool. I saw an ICE. I saw the new IC Talgo. A couple of people have posted videos of them. They're doing a very short line, right? Well, I shouldn't say very short, but they're doing one line, and they're just going to keep slowly expanding it as they increase the ability to run it. But what was it? Berlin-Hamburg is its one run right now. I'm trying to remember what its one line is, like Berlin to Hamburg. Yeah, and Jeff, speaking of your live streams, I saw that one of your live streams, and I couldn't come in. I was just flipping around while I was out somewhere and walking through a shop and looking and saw, you know, one of your live streams had like 200 views, which was, you know, really good. So hopefully as you get about and get known in the live streams, more and more people will come in. And then anyhow, that red double decker. Why do you gotta be stitches? There we go. The red double decker is a class 449. So the first 4 denotes that it is a electric multiple unit. That one there, which is one of my favorites, that's the 462. I just got to get these in the right place. Yeah, 3 is shunter. I skipped that one since I wasn't running one. I was just given what we got there, but yeah. So electric diesel. All right, let's get some of my favorite shots here. Somebody will be coming right back. There goes that RRX, which I love. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous model. It is one of my favorite liveries I now own, along with the ICE, the Railjets, and the Azuma Class 800. It is definitely... stupid rug. A 99 is still an ice cream with a flake. Okay. You have 164 HO engines in your collection. That is awesome. I don't have that many. I am going to have to do a count because it wasn't that long ago that I was like, I have 15. Because I was like at 12 to 15 for years. And then in the last couple of years, right before I bought Herb's collection, but I basically doubled my collection when I bought Herb's collection. And I have bought a lot of trains since I retired. I have bought a crap load of trains since I retired. But for Joyce and me, it's a good weekend to travel because Ohio State doesn't play. See, my son comes up here about once a month, and we go down there maybe twice a year. And Joyce has decreed that we need to go down and visit more. We need to get off our butts. My son always makes the trek up here to see the family, so we're going to go down and see him rather than the random occasion. We're going to try to make it more consistent that we go down there and visit. And it's a weekend away. You know, we rent a hotel room, and when we're not hanging out with the son, we can go swimming in the hotel pool or whatever comes to mind. You get your trains at model train shows. Because I collect European and what few train shows I go to, like maybe 2 a year, tend to be heavy with American. I don't find a lot to buy at train shows. I have to buy my trains online, and I have my shop, but right now, thanks to tariffs, it's too expensive. You know? And for all those people, well, you should buy American. Well, when an American company starts making 3-rail German trains, I'll look into it. But until then, I look to my European companies. But I'm a big Europhile anyhow. I love Europe. Especially Central Europe. Obviously Germany. My heart and soul is Germany. With my distant relative connections there, and all my trips to Germany with my students, and then Joyce and I traveling solo. Because as much as I love taking my students to Germany, and they are awesome, happy memories. 150 different students I took to Germany, and 149 I would take back tomorrow. Only one. Yeah, MTH did do one once. Yes, they did. MTH did make a few 3-rail trains. But again, EFO, not to put too fine a point on it, it's not existing now. You have Lifelike, Athearn, Bachmann, or AHM. Yeah, get that. Or Mahano. A 99 ice cream is $5.75 now. Well, then it should be a $5.75 ice cream. Yeah, we're going to have this guy coming through. Now, this particular red, well, that was Modellbahn Union. This red guy coming through, that was made by Brawa. That was made by Brawa, the German company Brawa. Brawa makes, well, you'll get people that will argue with you. Brawa makes beautiful trains. But both the beauty of the train and the detailing on the inside, the motor, they're so fine that they're delicate. You can break them easily unless you wear sponge gloves. And yeah, Brawa is just, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, and usually they run very well. But wow, are they fragile. Well, I think that is a key point. Now, obviously, what is fun for one person isn't fun for another. I think my layout is fun. It doesn't have anything. My layout is really a big flat layout. We've got a couple of new people here, so let's go to the one view that gives you the best look at it. This view. So my layout is flat. But the area of Germany I'm modeling is relatively flat. And the area I live in here in Ohio is flat. Northwest Ohio is very flat. Northwest Ohio is so flat, it makes olive oil look like Dolly Parton. That's how flat it is. Sorry for the sexist joke, but I can't help it at times. Yeah, I mean, they now can go up to 6 in a consist, Evo, from what I understand. They actually sell a 5th car. I never bought it. The same thing with the 640 or the 440, the 462, the RRX. When Joyce and I rode those, they were running in double consist. We were taking them from Koblenz up to Cologne, and they were running in double 6s. And then at Cologne, they would split, and one half would go down towards Luxembourg, Trier and Aachen and all those. Well, I shouldn't say Trier, Aachen and so on down that. And then the other half would go up into the other areas, up into the Ruhr area. So at Cologne, we would get out, and they would also run a bit south of, they would run I forget how far south, but we took one when we went south, and we rode so many trains, all of our different trips. Like we did Trier and Saarburg in the same day. We did Trier and Saarburg in the same day, and we rode an RRX. We rode a Luxembourg double-decker, a CFL, Dosto. And then coming back, we rode a CFL single-decker passenger car, and then we changed off somewhere. It was just, we rode so many different trains the week we were in Koblenz. Every trip was a different train, except the RRXs. We rode those up to Cologne and back a couple of times. When we went to Aachen, we got off one from Koblenz to Cologne, and then we got on another one going to Aachen. You love trains, guys. See, I'm the opposite. I was not into trains until I was in my 50s. I was 51 years old when I bought my first model train. And it was riding trains in Germany. Everybody hears the story way too many times, but I always tell it to new people. I got into trains after years of riding trains in Germany. From 2003 to 2016, I ran an exchange program where I took a bunch of students from my urban school here to Germany, and then they would bring some kids here, and we would spend 3 weeks in Germany in the summer, and we just traveled everywhere by train. And it was just awesome. And every now and then, Joyce and I would have a day off where I didn't have to worry about my students, and we would just take day trips. So we took our students to Berlin, we took our students to Goslar, we took our students to Osnabrück. We spent 3 days in Potsdam, Berlin, and then we did a special trip where we'd either go down to the Rhine, we'd do 4 days on the Rhine, 4 days in Dresden, or 4 days in the Alps in the town of Garmisch-Partenkirchen. And we rode trains everywhere, trains or buses or trams, whatever the easiest and least expensive mass transit was. And we just fell in love with it. And when Joyce and I would go on little trips on our own. And then when my exchange program ended, Joyce and I had the money put aside each year to travel anyhow. So in 2017, when it looked like, well, we're not going to have students this year, we hadn't officially canceled the program. But in 2017, it was like, I don't have any students to go. Joyce and I went. We just said, well, let's just go on our own. And boy, was that an eye-opener to travel in Europe without kids in tow. Oh my gosh, was it amazing. Hey there, Sir Kieran. How are you? How are you? Great to have you here. Sir Kieran of J94. All right, Sir Floyd, take care. And so, yeah, that really was an eye-opener because we were taking long trips. Because with my students, the longest trip was the years we would go down to the Alps, because it was about a 5.5 hour train ride from Delmenhorst to Munich. And then it was another hour or so from Munich down to Garmisch. And then we'd go down to Garmisch and then catch a bus up to this suburb of Garmisch called Bürglein. Bürglein was this little hamlet a couple of miles north of Garmisch. But those trips, the special trips to Dresden, the Rhine, or the Alps, that was the one time where my students didn't have any obligations. It was not educational other than whatever I wanted to throw at them. But like the 3 days in Potsdam and Berlin was all about the Hohenzollerns, the rise of the German Empire, technically what they now call the Second German Empire. We talk a lot about the Nazi era. We'd go to the Jewish Holocaust Memorial and Museum there in Berlin. So Berlin was an educational experience. Goslar was educational. It's still cool, but it's educational. Osnabrück, we talked about the 30 Years' War and the Hanseatic League and some other stuff. But the 4-day trips we took were just where the students could let their hair down, so to speak. And they didn't have to worry about being, I don't want to say well behaved, but they were under a lot of pressure. When we were in Delmenhorst, they had to mind their P's and Q's. They had to constantly be, because anything they did wrong was reported to me. The German parents, hey, this kid did this kid did that. So they were always under watch, and of course under watch by me as well, because I brought you over here. You better not be acting up in this school. You better be doing what you're told. You better not be sneaking into the clubs drinking, because I'll find out. And the students would always test that, and I would always find out. My real passion is Dodge Chargers, not Coronets. Not Coronets. Coronets are okay. My passion is Dodge, period, but Dodge Chargers specifically. One of my many passions. I have many passions. Hello, Sir Greg. Welcome in. So this iteration of my layout was created in 2019, about a year or so after I came online. I had basically the same shape as this from 2017, 2017, 2018. And then I redid it early in my YouTube days. But I had a big, long rectangle table that was just something to run my trains on. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. And Joyce finally said, just take the whole basement. Build as big a layout as you can within reason. And so I built the giant C, and then I expanded the giant C. Again, it all depends what letter you want to call it or how you want to call it. You could even call it a dog bone. Now, if I go back to that long view camera, they're not. Which one is it? I can never remember. Yeah. This side is a foot longer than this side. This side is 8 by 12 and a half, 8 by 12 and a half feet. This side is 8 by 11 and a half. And then this side is 2.5 feet by 6 feet in the middle. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky in so many ways with Joyce. She's my best friend. Everybody here who's ever met us or watches our live stream knows Joyce and we're joined at the hip. We're a tag team. We've been best buds since we met in 1983. We married in 87. But we work well together. And so when Joyce said the kids are grown up and gone, take the basement, she didn't care. Now, there are times when I've got one thing you might notice is the big long table that was back here is gone. I took it down and condensed stuff and put a lot of stuff away. But the big table there is gone because it's been hard for people to move or go, like Joyce bringing groceries back and bringing them downstairs to put in the refrigerator back there. She's got to work around. There's just a narrow gap. So I'm trying to make it easier for everybody to get around. So I took that down. Since we don't use the bar for anything, the bars become my workbench. Hey, Sir Raymond of Legs in here. No, I have not. I've not even started to finish. This actually was some sarcastic. I put the first layer of grass down and I threw in some trees on some hills I did, but really very few of these trees are permanent, but as long as they're there, I'm not motivated to make it better, if that makes sense, even though in the long run I will. I will eventually do some static grass work and put some static grass in areas. But no, I just put a bunch of bushes down here. I was being a little flippant at Evo. Evo's like, you need some grass, tullix, and weeds. I was like, fine. Boom, 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 boom. There. So I just put a bunch in that little area there, which actually looks stupid since there's no weeds anywhere else. But it gives me an idea on camera whether I'm going to like it. You know, like a lot of these weeds, especially those big tufts, I don't like that color. Those are going to come right back out. I do not like those colors. I'm going to have to find something a duller green. All right, well, take care. Thanks for stopping in. Hallo, Sir Christoph. Willkommen. Oh, you got a grandson's hockey game getting ready to start. Well, that's cool. I'm waiting for my grandson to get into soccer or something. He did a little bit of a soccer school, I think. He was doing gymnastics for a little while. So that was John. Yeah, well, you did a great job. Moin, moin. Yeah, moin. Here it's Nachmittag. Oops, I don't want that view. I was going to do that view. You're going to have everybody coming or leaving at this time. There you go. All three are passing right up there at the top. Should have gone to the up the ramp cam to catch all three of those. Well, that would be cool, Evo. Yeah, I mean, Josh, my wife is very supportive of the hobby. She's not going to come down here and run the trains on her own, but she comes, she joins pretty much every live stream. She usually comes down about 5 o'clock when she gets home from work and hangs out. Except like she missed last week because she had a doctor's appointment. Yeah, she knows all the trains. She has bought many of the trains I have. I shouldn't say many. She's bought some of the trains I have, but she is extremely. Yeah, people say good morning no matter how late. That's true because in Western and Northwestern Germany, the Bremen area, they say moin all the time as well. Moin, moin, moin. Plattdeutsch. Moin, moin. And did Leslie say he's taken off? All right. Well, good night, Leslie. Great seeing you. Cool video again today. I always like when you get out there and whatever the name of that hill is, Renipool or whatever it is. I totally botched that name, I know, but I only saw it briefly and saw the name or Glenaril or whatever it is. But yeah, it's there's just something really, really. Joyce is just one of those special people on the planet Earth, and I'm lucky I got to marry her. Had I canceled that blind date, some other guy would have gotten lucky in a different sense than the way most people think when they hear the phrase "got lucky." But that happened too. But yeah, she is very, very, very supportive of the hobby. And she knows a lot of the channels and she pays attention to a lot of the channels. You don't say. Beep. Why am I failing to turn the interior lights on? Your niece Laura has been to Germany. Well, 3 of my 4 grandparents have been were born in Germany and came over here. The Dodge part is English, and I do mean English, not British, English. Although technically that might be somewhat Germanic because they were part of the Normans or descended from the Normans that came over with William the Conqueror. I haven't been to Germany, but I've watched Das Boot. And you do videos. All right, well, I will check your channel out. If you post a link to your channel in here, I can guarantee you we'll get you a few viewers. You can post a link to your channel or somebody might beat you to it. I mean, I suppose I could. $22 subscribers, 94 videos. We got to change that. I mean, technically, you've already got a link with your name there, but I'll pop it in just so people can do it easily. So this is, got to make sure I hit the right button here. There we go. Beep. Oh, that's right. This one, I think those buttons are... No, I didn't turn it on yet. Which one is it? Ah. Dowsy, 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 dowser. Where Knights of the Round Boy table, our folks is for medieval. So, okay. No, that's all right. Some of our great channel followers here post very rarely. Some post almost daily. I go in streaks. I'll have a week where I put up 5 videos, and then I'll go 2 weeks where the only thing that 2, 3, 4 weeks where the only thing I put up is my live stream. I do post other things. I have songs. My wife and I do parody songs that we keep model train related. So we take famous pop rock songs and change their lyrics to make it model train related. I'm currently posting every Friday before my live stream my Matt Clark series. Now today's episode was a little dry because again it's another episode where the villains are kind of revealing their plot. There was I don't even know if, I mean, there was one series of jokes between the judge and the woman lawyer, if you caught the slang term being used. I do love to create funny acronyms. Like all the ecumenical council, and some people don't know what an ecumenical council is, but an ecumenical council is a group of people from different religious men from different denominations and religions who work together on things that they can call solve common problems. So you might have a Jewish rabbi and a various Protestant denominations, vicars and pastors, so forth, Hindu, and they all come together, and even if they disagree on interpretations of that part of the world, they work together. So it's very funny to have a group of these men, and their name is the Southwestern Ecumenical Council Service, or SECS, which gets called SEX. So every time they walk into the mayor's office, the men from SEX are here. Hello, Sir Ray. All right, well, thank you for considering us. We had the the women are a part of the female attorney. Same to you. The female attorney progress, whatever, or FAP for short. Oh, good. I get to go to Denver and have a FAP, And if I have to explain what FAP is, sorry. And this is why this show is not recommended for children below a certain age. Besides the occasional blue word I'll throw out, we may have, I will also occasionally reference adult themes. We do. We're a family show, but only if your family is laid back. Well, hello, Bob. Sir Bob, that is. Now, see, Jean, I'm glad you feel that way, because it's like art. It's in the beauty of the beholder. But obviously, you're biased because your character was there. The character who you are the physical persona of. It's not your character, it's my character. But yes, that if you didn't know, the character John Philip Steamhair is Jean-Philippe Ricard as a young man. Of course, Stanley Steamhair was Jean-Philippe Ricard as an old man. But just because you're biased, I didn't say it was a bad episode, but I think episode 3 is much more fun and more enjoyable to watch than episode, because it's got this silly humor. And episode 5, which comes out next week, which may be the last episode for a while if I don't get out of my writer's cramp and get working. I've been plotting, but I've had to totally replot some things, and I'm stuck. And I'm also not in a good headspace to be writing comedy. Yeah, it is very confusing. It's annoying. And they got rid of it, and now it's back. They did away with it for a week or so, and now this silly app business is back. Supposedly it makes it easier to click to their channel. But the problem is you already got the 3 dots on the side to do that anyhow. So I mean, I thought it was a good episode. It just wasn't funny. It was a lot of exposition, as we say, a lot of narration, exposition, characters talking to each other. And trust me, I get the complaints from people, both emails and messages that I often delete, where people complain, all they do is talk. I say, I'm sorry, I'm not an animator. I can't make the people. My stories in some ways would be very different if I could animate them. Really the best way to compare it is it's, even though I call it a serial, it is, but it's like those old radio dramas, like what evil lurks in the heart of men, only the shadow knows. It's those old radio dramas where you really have to use your imagination and listen to the sound effects. And, but I'm building up a story. It's 10 minutes. You know, it's 8 to 10 minutes each episode. And I'm not only laying the plot for this series, but I'm also laying the plot for things that are going to happen in future series. Indeed, Monsville, indeed. YouTube keeps changing, and they're bloody annoying about it. You like the episodes that peer into the darkness of the human soul. I don't know. I don't know that we peer into the darkness of the human soul. Even the villains are funny, usually. I mean, Stanley Steamhair was a rotten, lousy, cold-hearted, but the way he went about things was funny. The Kahat. I love the Kahat. I love doing that pseudo James Mason voice. Ah, my darling, all you need is a little bit of my special recipe, and then you shall be enlightened. Love the Kahat. And all the jokes that came out of that, because Kahat Stevens just became half his lines were Cat Stevens lines from songs. But you know, if you pay attention to Silas and Daisy and their relationship, that's not darkness. Or Goliath, who's even wilder. Goliath the talking horse, who is Goliath is a pansexual, top, bottom, whatever floats your boat. I'm willing to give it a try. Sort of bit of a Kingster horse. Did Mick say Mick is leaving? All right. Take care, Mick. Thank you for being here. It's always great to have you. As always, take care of yourself, my friend. Actually, 2 of the trains are doing occasional horns. The 2 big EMUs, the 2 double-deckers, they are blowing their horns very randomly. I've got them set to do that. So, like, just every now and then they'll blow them. Beep, beep. Ah. I did that one on purpose. I did that one too. Not now, Ms. Cockett. Yeah, to be honest, I think the sounds are very similar. They don't have the depth because small speakers versus loud, you know, small mini speakers as opposed to large metal speakers. The sound of them isn't quite the depth, the earthiness, but the tone is right. They sound like it when you're inside the train and you hear the horn blow. It sounds what I hear. Let's see how these guys are doing down here. Everybody down there is looking pretty good. The Beatles Yellow Submarine Javelin and the 2012 Special Olympics Javelin, all looking good. And even that little layout looks much happier since I've grassed it up. I just need to get some more slices of that grass. I've got another roll and just run it all the way down there. That way you don't see the wood at all. I think it just adds something to it. Problem is I can't do anything permanent in the middle there because I have to be able to lift that and move it out to access a drain, what do they call those? A drain access. Like in Australia, they're on the outside of the house, and in basements in America, they're often on the inside. And you got the Arduino that randomly blows it. You love that I run freight. I do. I am very conscious now about running freight, John, because so many of you guys watching like freight. I will always emphasize the passenger cars because that's what I like. But I try to have at least one freight train running for you people, that because it seems to me that most people in the model trains, maybe it's 51-49 split, maybe it's 55-45, but it feels like most people into model trains, like freight over passenger. I feel that's just one more thing where I always felt like an outsider. As I was getting into this hobby, everybody was about freight, and it was very rare. There were people that had freight trains and passenger, but they would run a lot of freight in one passenger train. And so I always felt I wasn't even into freight. It didn't take long to get a freight train. 2 years into the hobby, Joyce for Christmas bought me a freight locomotive and some freight cars, saying, yeah, I wanted to surprise you and get you something different. Since all you do is passenger, I got you a freight train. So all of a sudden, I have the freight train, and now I have all kinds of freight. I still need I still need to get a rake of, I would like iron ore cars or just ore cars, Erzwagen. I really want Era 6 because most of my freight trains are Era 6. But even Era 4 would work with a lot of like the BR50 and the 44 I have, which could be Era 4 freight runners as well. So probably get a rake of like 8 to 10 of Era 4 and then 8 to 10 of Era 5, Era 6. But that's roughly a someday, not an immediate got to do it now. I mean, I could give it to Joyce and see what she could do buying here in America online. And just say, get me some of these. You always try to run freight and passenger because it looks more realistic. Yeah, it probably does. I mean, in America, it's almost all freight. If you go out in Toledo, yeah, I can go downtown to the Amtrak station in Toledo, and 4 times a day, a passenger train comes through, 2 going east and 2 going west. But all the trains you see otherwise, because there's only one line they use going through, 2 lines they use coming in and out of Toledo for passenger on that part of town. But any rail lines that are in this part of town and most other parts of town are freight only. You only see freight trains on those lines. Indeed, Monsville. And that's true, I think, anywhere that certain steamers are shunters, certain steamers are passenger, even and certain are freight. Even in diesel, modern German, there's a bit, there are some diesel locomotives that were passenger only. Now, the 218s do everything. They do freight, passenger, everything. I even see 218s doing some shunting at times. But at one time, at least what I was studying was that like if it was electric and it was between 100 and 150. So if it was a 100 to 150, so 101, 102, 103, 111, 112, 113, 114, all those were usually passenger, and over 50 was freight. So a 150 might be passenger, a 151 would be freight. And then certain numbers denoted heavy freight, like 180s were heavy freight. Electric locomotive, heavy freight. But I don't think that holds true. I've seen 114s doing freight. All right, Sir Lee, you take care of yourself. Yeah, you did a live stream yesterday too, but I was busy. I had no time to sit down and just watch YouTube, and I try to catch up. Friday's always a busy day. A lot of channels I'm subscribed to post on Friday, so I've watched most of the videos, but I'm sure a few have gone up since I came down here to start setting up. But we had that new oven delivered today, so that took a hour or so out of my time between the delivery men coming in, getting it in place, taking the old one out, unwrapping it, putting it in place, and then going, oh crap, I got to call an electrician and scheduling the electrician. Yep. I do too. And that's a thank you very much to friend of the channel, good friend of the people on this channel, Model Railway Shed Dino. I saw that. I thought it looked cool. I went to buy it, and Dino grabbed it out of my hand and ran to the cash register. He just snatched that thing out of my hand. I was like, ooh, I like this. I think 25 pounds. I think I'll get it. And Dino just snagged it and ran. And I started joking. I was like, hey, that man just stole my train I was going to buy. And then I go, wait, somebody's going to run up and grab it and say, dude. It's like, okay, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Modsville, I'm sorry. I have got my ads. You can't block them anymore. And last week, I even showed the settings on my live stream that I do not, but YouTube throws them on anyhow. And the way they get around your personal settings is sponsored, because when you are monetized, they say, all right, you can block videos except sponsored videos. So now they get all the corporations to make their videos sponsored, so that, and then depending on how much they pay, you could skip them. You have to watch 5 seconds of it, 15 seconds of it, 30 seconds of it, or the whole darn commercial. So even though it's not me, I'm sorry you're getting the commercials. Hey, good morning, Sir Artie. Sorry I hit you with that late. I've been so busy and distracted with other things in life this week. I even knew last week I was coming down to visit my son, and I didn't mention in the live stream last week. I've just been too distracted. But yeah, so yeah, we're going down to Columbus to visit my son. So we'll be hitting the road as soon as I end this live stream. And then we'll be gone through tomorrow and Sunday morning. Well, hello, Sir Aaron from Manshed Railroad. Welcome in, welcome in. And I got so many messages. People like Greg from Great Northern. If you're watching in the background or watching later, Greg, hope you feel better soon. I got a ton of messages. People have been texting me or sending me, and I haven't been responding because I go, I'm busy right now. I'll get to that later, and then I forget I had these messages. I did catch up with a bunch of emails. Yeah, you know, the thing is, it's frustrating, but YouTube is not free. It's free for us to post things up, but they have to pay. They have to pay to update their computers. They have to pay for access to satellites. They have to pay for so many things. So they've got to pay for it. And the way they pay for it is commercials. And unfortunately, because more and more people are on and more people want to advertise, they are putting more and more commercials out there. It's frustrating. it is what it is. And of course, they get you with the, but if you pay us $15 a month, you can go to commercial free viewing. They'll dock my pay. Well, I don't know if you can go lower than 0, but have fun trying. Just remember, Joyce is the banker in the family, and she wields an aluminum baseball bat very well. Well, hello, Frog and Flange Video. Sir James, welcome in. And let's pop you into the... All right, so I now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid table. You are now a fellow knight of the Rhomboid table, James. You may post a link to your channel. Of course, we can access it with the 3 dots because everybody here has the blue spanner. I call everybody a knight of the Rhomboid table because back when I started this channel, I was the first channel that made everybody moderators. Everybody got the blue spanner. That is my claim to fame, and nobody can prove otherwise. That from day one, back in the day when somebody would only have 1 or 2, and most people to this day only have 1 or 2, but there's a lot of channels that kind of followed my lead and make everybody moderators. But post a link in. The only thing, you can post links to anything like cool jet fighter videos and video games. The only thing we do not accept links to, religious channels or political channels. But it doesn't have to be model train related. It could be like, oh, here's this cool guy or this cool woman who knits this, or this cool guy or this cool woman who does this, or are you into hot air balloons? Here's a cool channel. You can share channels. We're all about advertise yourself, advertise others. Don't advertise yourself every 5 lines. I might ask that. I've never said that before. Don't pop in every 5 minutes. Hey, join my channel. Hey, join my channel. But, once or twice a stream, depending on how long you're here, because I'm here for 3 hours usually. Today we will be a bit short. Speaking of which, I should change some cameras. So let's go to Joyce Cam. Well, that's one of my brightest cameras. That's a good camera view. Of course, everybody just left that view, but another one's coming in about 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I should have started at 3. There we go. 2 guys coming through. Da, 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 da. Hey, there's Sir Brian, the Rock Rail fan. And yes, check out Brian, who always mentions me each week to come in. I so appreciate that, Brian. It's very kind of you. Oh, there are many channels who do that. I will never ask for memberships. I keep trying to disable super chats and all that. There are certain things you have to have enabled, but I have never asked for money. I don't like getting money. Some people gift me with money, and I am polite and I accept the gift. But I try to discourage people. Don't give me money. I can buy my own trains. And I've had a couple of channels get mad at me for saying that. Because again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, it's a free economy. If you're monetized, make money any way you want to make money. If you want to put super chats and all that stuff to help your channel make money, go for it. I don't. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't do it. I don't feel the need to do it. I am not on this channel to make money. Oh yeah, and by the way, Eric, that's the link to the Schweberbahn, the Wuppertal Schweberbahn, yeah? Yeah. Check Eric's video out, the famous hanging train, the hanging train of Wuppertal. Yes, thank you, because I meant to call that out earlier, Eric, and I forgot. Oh, that's just your page. Okay, we'll check that out. But yeah, check out the Wuppertal, the monorail. Oh, I mean, technically is it classified as a monorail? I didn't ask you. I think my train just beeped yes. Well, welcome, Sir Fixlot. Now, I'm the outsider. You're just the knight of the rhomboid table. Oh, you got a huge sponsor for your channel. Kangaroo Wankers Anonymous? What? Foster's. Yeah, right. Speaking of Greg from Great Northern, there he is. Near as you can tell, there's only one rail above. Guess that does make it a monorail. Brian, your channel's at 1900. That's cool. My channel goes through big growth spurts and then dies for a few weeks and then another big growth spurt. See, again, size of channel is relative. But my channel is like Reno, Nevada. I'm the biggest little small channel. Because people look at my channel and go, wow, you got a lot of subscribers. I go, yeah, but look at the views. I don't get a lot of views. Now, again, if you have 70 subscribers and you get 100 views on or 50 views on a video, you say, you get a lot more views than I do. Yeah, but if you have 70 subscribers and you get 50 videos, that's roughly 71% of your subscription numbers watching. It doesn't mean that's all subscribers, but it's 71% of your subscription number. I get about 8% to 12% of my subscription in views per video. Every now and then. Now, back in the day when I was doing all the Märklin shows, all those videos got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. A couple of them are over 10,000 views. But now that I just do silly stuff, nobody watches. I shouldn't say nobody, a few people watch. Like last I checked, my Matt Clark video only had 40 views and 10 likes because it's Matt Clark. Only a few people are going to watch it. You're going to a model train show in Dupo, Illinois. I only go to one model train show a year, and that's the one here in Toledo, because all the other ones, the only other one that is within a remotely decent, for me, drive range. I don't want to drive more than 2 hours. There's one down in Fostoria, and that's about an hour and a half away. And then there's one up in Saline, Michigan, but I don't go to that one because my former club goes to that one, and I just don't want to go there and see them. All right, James. Hopefully it's a good supper. I think my daughter just came home from work, and maybe Joyce at the same time. I'm hearing different sets of footsteps. Beep. Oh, not the one I wanted to go to. I haven't done the station view. I really want to move that camera around the side and have it angled down so you can see more of the platforms on the station. Yeah, the Schwebebahn. Yeah, great. Yeah, Toledo, we have one train show a year. It'd be nice if we could do two. Back in the day when it was model train and toys, we had 3 a year. But then the guy that did the train was in charge of the train stuff, and the guy who did the toy stuff had a really nasty falling out. They split. The toy show eventually died out, although somebody is trying to bring it back. And I guess there's a toy show in a couple of weeks here. They're trying to bring back the toy show. And every March is the model train show, but the model train people won't take part in the toy show. Yeah, that's just we had a little change in heat and humidity, and the humidifier didn't keep up with it briefly. So that's self-adhesive road, and it's still on its tape, so it's got that. Yeah, Halloween next Friday. I wonder. I'd like to come up with a Halloween theme. I just don't know what I would do. I don't have the Märklin Halloween train. I don't have any scary trains. What I could do is put wrong locomotives with wrong cars and make it a horse show for the rivet counters. But you've got an Era 6 locomotive pulling Era 3 cars. Oh my God, what are you doing? It's a horse show. It's a horse show. But there are smaller, relatively small train shows in small burbs an hour to 2 hours away from, so like Fremont, Ohio has one. Fostoria and Findlay. Findlay has a couple a year. Findlay's about an hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes from here. But it's all going to be American stock. You didn't know Dupa had train. Well, neither did I, but now we know. You don't get to do a Halloween show this year? No, this will be the first time since I've started live streaming that Halloween actually falls on the day I'm doing. I have not let Christmas or even Thanksgiving get in the... Well, Thanksgiving's always a Thursday anyhow, but the day after. I have not let New Year's or Christmas get in the way of doing my live streams. Because even when Christmas was on a Friday, I did the live stream in between. The kids come over in the morning and we open all the gifts. And then everybody goes home and sleeps again. And then everybody comes back about 6 o'clock and we do dinner. So I've got that window where it's like, yeah, I can still do my live stream. Oh, the UK, the clocks go back this weekend. I think we have 2 more weeks to go. Or is it just next week? I forget when. Oh, Andy, you like that idea of running all the wrong trains with the wrong consist and having people go, ah, you can't run that locomotive with that. Well, it's definitely an idea I'm going to keep on the burner. Concern it. There, that'll keep that in-out focus from bouncing around. Yeah, 1 week for us. That's what I thought, because now it's the first week of November. Oh, for a second, it sounded like somebody derailed, but it's all good. Woo, just in time, catching that guy coming up the ramp. There's the other cameras. I've been trying to do some of the other cameras that some of the main cameras I haven't done. See, this is really one of my favorite shots, just because you get trains in the foreground, trains in the background. You got the little scenic break with the hills kind of blocking your view to give it sort of that realistic. You're sure Willie could come up with some strange consist. Indeed. Running a mixed up consist are life goals. I gotcha. A BR-50 pulling the Flix train. Well, don't make suggestions right now, guys, because I want to come up with my own ideas. It's like that with the parody songs. Joyce and I don't do suggestions with the parody songs. We've got enough songs that we listen to, and they come randomly. We just let them come. In fact, we've got one new song that Joyce has to record, but it's going to be unique because it's going to have two variations. There's the nice version. There's the nice version, and the not nice version is, well, the nice version and the funnier version, I guess. Yeah, that's the goal. Petrify the rivet counters. So I think that might be my theme next week. I'm hoping my cars get found by next week. I am just hoping. Beyond hope. Find my cars. They got lost somewhere between Pontiac, 50 miles north of me, and the main post office here in Toledo. Somewhere in that 50 miles, it got lost. Now, it's stuck in Pontiac for a couple of days, but then it finally said processed through, and it hasn't been seen since. It's probably going to show up in Antarctica or something like that. Raymond, I don't have any desire to drive rivet counters batty. I just wish rivet counters would take a freaking quaalude sometimes. Not everything has to be perfect. Somebody's terrain doesn't have to be perfect. Their trains don't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be ultra realistic. If you want it for you, that's fine. But you also got to be able to accept other people have other visions, and you don't have to go to their channels and watch it. But if you watch what they do and then you complain about it, that's you. I mean, there are things that you could call me a rivet counter about. For example, my Regio bonds, I had to get those as 5-car consist, the Doshtos. The IC2 had to be a 5-car consist with the correct locos. My rail jets had to be the proper consist. My ICEs, I shorten them a bit because like the IC4 with 12 cars or even a 88, that's just too big to run on this. And when I do put old certain trains together, I want them to look the time period. But I don't worry if somebody else does or doesn't do what I do. I don't even know enough to look at a train and know whether it's a proper consist or not on somebody's channel. But, people come in, oh, your shade of grass is wrong. Oh, your trees are bad. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, you didn't do that right. Oh, this is, it's like, Do my trains run? Yes. And after the first 20 minutes of Gremlins, they run beautifully in my live streams. They used to be the entire live stream, but lately there seems to be Gremlins the first few minutes. All right, Josh, take care. Exactly, Eric. The only one that, if you're an extreme rivet counter, the only person's layout that needs to be perfect is your own. Everybody else is free to do, but they're not like that. And they even have the attitude that if you want to show it, if you want to go out there and show it, then it has to be of a certain standard that only they can set. And it's like, if somebody's got a half-built layout and they want to take it to an exhibition and you need layouts for your exhibition and they're volunteering to come and have something ready for you, then don't you dare turn around and write them a letter saying, well, you needed to finish that and this needed, and it looks like you rushed this and you did all this wrong. And like, shut up. You needed somebody there and somebody showed up. I personally would never build an exhibition layout. And you can quote me on that because I know me. I will never build an exhibition layout because A, I'd have to work on it. And B, I'd punch the first guy in the nose who criticized it. No, maybe not punch in the nose. I might start off with some foul language. Hey, Sir Kyle Stevens. Exactly, and that's something Jeff from Engage, according to Jeff, was talking about. He likes to have fun. I want to have fun. I have fun with lots of trains running in different colors and looking at trains I've ridden on. And I don't care if my layout is perfect or a true representation of a certain part of Germany or whatever. I have fun. And that's what draws me to your channels. Those of you having fun. If I go to a channel and all they do is complain and moan about, oh, people doing it wrong and all these idiots that click or click, I'm not on that channel. You know, if I see a title, if you're doing it wrong, the right way to build a model railway, I don't even watch anymore. Because while there are things you better do right, such as certain wiring, electrical, don't run 3-rail stock on 2-rail wired lines. But otherwise, there is no doing it wrong. Put your buildings on upside down because you want to do Australia. Rick from Rick's Trains was here. Maybe he's still listening in the background. He's got an area that on his layout that was all dinosaurs. Jeff does dinosaurs on his end scale. People have done, what do they call it? Steampunk layouts. That's cool. People have done space age layouts or just all joke layouts. It's cool. You got a loop on your kitchen table, but you love your trains and you like to say, look at this. Isn't this cool? I'm there to watch. I've mentioned him so many times. Philip Page, longtime friend of this channel, and we had the honor of meeting him in the UK in 2022. He used to run stuff on his kitchen counter, and he called it the kitchen counter layout. And his stuff would be running past a coffee maker and whatever toys he had from his grandkids that he could set up on the counter while it was running. I loved it. I miss it. With an upside down building? Oh, no, there's various houses of mystery where you go in and the house is upside down. There's all kinds of upside down houses. You have a Class 86, 87 electric overhead pantograph. It's not featured in a video yet, but I might do it at some point. Well, if you do it, I'll be watching it. And hello, Sir Brian from Clintonville. And which Simon did we have pop in? Ah, hello, Sir Simon. Yeah, if you're doing Northern Australia, you can't make the house upside down. You have to make the house at about a 160 degree. Yes. Like I said, you're a touchy fella. Do you need a rest? Maybe I'll pull you into the station and park you for a little bit. I'm just going to take that as a that Modellbahn union. I don't think it likes doing 3-hour live streams, so I'm going to let it just rest for a bit. Hey, Sir Anthony of Middleport's here. Welcome in. So, yeah, he's going to be parked at Delmenhorst for a little bit right now. Speaking of which, I wonder where Joyce is. I know where she is. He wants you to do a live train fest this year, 2 o'clock on Saturday. Is that next week Saturday or tomorrow Saturday? So off to a Chinese food place. Yeah, they both have, but yeah, the Brawa runs brilliantly. The Modellbahn Union, I think it can get a little warm and it starts to slow down. So it just passed me and did a brief pause. Like it just stopped here and it said, okay, I'm going to go. Your trains did a huge protest. Yeah, that's right. They did. They were giving you some fitties. Just going to zip through all those views and make you go, quit moving the screen. Maybe I'll talk Joyce into dressing as Daisy Cockett. That will happen. She'll never do that on camera. It's already tomorrow here. No, it's not. It's today there. Yes, the 6 coaches all light up, Michael. Yep. The OBB talent is getting noisy. Well, I didn't say she wouldn't wear it. I just said not on camera. Well, maybe she can do the gunslinger Daisy. Anybody that watches Matt Clark, here's a funny question for you. Which Daisy do you prefer? Do you prefer Daisy Cockett in her Little Beaver outfit, or do you prefer Gunslinger Daisy in the black leathers? We'll find out about anybody who answers that question very quickly. I can pull up their 2. Yeah, Simon, that is a 218. It is the official nomenclature is Ocean Blau und Beige. Ocean blue and cream, or ocean blue and beige. But yes, it's a 218. there are little subtle things. Even I can now tell a 216 from a 218. I just can't tell you what those differences are off the top of my head. Although the 218s tend to have those taller exhaust stacks. Well, I'm not talking Joyce. I'm talking the actual characters from the show. So it's more of what, it's, I mean, I'm the first one to say I think Joyce always looks great, but no, I'm not talking Joyce wearing them. I'm asking which Daisy Cockett look from the show do people respond to more? Because I kind of lean towards Gunslinger Daisy. When she goes into gunslinger mode with the black leather pants and the black leather jacket, vest, and the guns and so forth. Yeah, you would have. 218s are omnipresent. Ubiquitous. Daisy Cockett, Monsville. There are two versions of Daisy. Oh, I'll just because I'm already being a male chauvinist pig or an objectifier. Let's do this. Add image. D1. Enter. Browse. That's not what I said to open. You moved on me. So there's the two Daisy Cocketts, as voiced by my wife, Joyce. But the one on the left is the little beaver when she's more feeling her standard outfit or image. And then the Gunslinger Daisy. So that's the same character, but again, you have to really follow the Matt Clark stuff. But Daisy was a hired killer in series 1. She was a hired killer, and her job was to seduce the mayor of Big Gulch and get him on the train so Bobby could kill him. But what happened is, while she was seducing the mayor, he kind of seduced her. And they realized they really like each other a lot. And since the Christmas special after series 1, they are joined at the hip, so to speak. And, well, figuratively and literally joined at the hip. So I have two different images of Daisy Cockett. But when she's in the black leathers, that's when she's in the gunslinger mode, that she's going to get the bad guys now. That's her she means business mode. Your wife last night was wearing that. It's not about what I prefer. I don't care. I mean, it's not Joyce isn't going to wear either one, period, on camera. So it's not a whatever. I was just curious if those of you who watch Matt Clark, you have a preference. Because we already have the debate where guys like people, because we hear from all sides of the aisle, people like Lil or they like Daisy more, Daisy versus Lil. And of course, both are characters Joyce plays. But I've already had that because most of the time when we meet people and they talk about Matt Clark, they usually mention Daisy. And then we ran into a couple of people at Getz, and several people were mentioning Daisy. They love Daisy. But then somebody says, hey, when are we going to see more Matt Clark? Because I'm really looking forward to that girl. And we went Daisy and went, no, Lil. Okay, he likes Lil more. Speaking of Daisy and Lil.
Hi.
Hi there. We're hey.
So hi,
hello,
everybody. So hi, Digger.
Yeah, we're debating which for Halloween next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're debating which costume you're gonna wear.
Oh, good grief.
Which Daisy costume or Lil? Are you gonna go as Lil, Daisy as Little Beaver, or Daisy as Gunslinger?
Oh my. We'll change the rating of this show. Hi, Simon.
I noticed you didn't immediately look at me like,
Hi,
oh,
Ray.
hell no. You actually left a possibility there.
Hi, Andy.
Maybe we'll have a little bit of that peach brandy before we go
Hi
live.
there, Artie. Daisy
Are you-
says hello.
Aren't you off next Friday?
Yeah, I'm off next Friday.
Oh,
Hi, Mansville.
looks
Hi,
like
Great
grabbing peach
Northern.
brandy for lunch.
I have a foot of
If
boy
you're new to
river
the channel,
lunch.
then you
So
can't
hi,
see
Sir
anything.
Fox. Come on, baby, do the locomotive.
Here's Joyce home from work and trying to get
So
ready to hit the road.
Dino, yeah. Well, you know what's unsettled.
What?
You know what's unsettled.
Oh,
Yep. Oh, hi there, John. Thank you. It's very sweet. It's only R-rated. Hasn't hit X yet.
wait.
Hi, Andrew.
John, check what you said there. I'm a little. A heart of gold? You mean heart? That could be a
Heart of gold.
Freudian slip there,
Yeah,
young
heart
man.
of gold. Yeah. So, yes. I hope everyone is well today.
Well, we had a little bit of gremlinitis at the start. One of
Oh.
the points kind of popped open. It wasn't even one of the double slips, which I started growling about.
Yeah,
Stupid double
okay.
slips again.
Right.
No, it was the little right-hand turnout there on lane 5.
Gotcha.
The little NordWest Bahn guy went straight to lane 1, and right behind him came
Right. Oh, no.
the
Did they crash?
yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody okay?
Well, actually got in front,
Talk
but
about
he
other
wasn't
people,
going as
everybody
this guy
okay.
was going faster, and he hit him in the rear end.
Yeah, okay.
Get out of the way!
Yeah. So I
Well,
can
once
see
I
that.
fixed that, everything's run smoothly since.
Well, good. I'm glad. Hi, Kieran. Imagine Susie Quattro with pistols.
Susie
Bloody
Quattro.
cold
Do you remember?
this
She actually
morning.
appeared on. She
Oh,
was
it's your
a
springtime.
leather-bound 70s British rock singer. She even appeared on Happy Days.
Okay, gotcha. You meant a heart of gold. Yeah, I assumed this much, Artie.
You mean Jean?
Or Jean. I'm sorry, Jean. I meant John. Oh, you know, it's been a long day. Hi, Eric. So, anyway, we did the fun walk. It
Wasn't fun.
was all right. Hi, Tom. Just
So other than the freight, can you
kids
guess
or
the
something
theme?
else. Well, okay, all I'm seeing is red right now.
No, you got red, you got blue, you got the
All
the
right.
469, the 449, the
Yeah.
462, the
Which other ones come
640.
around?
So you got to take the freight out of the picture to guess the theme.
Yeah, because
I don't know
you
if
have two freights.
If you're trying, yeah, you got the little 650
Well,
coming.
you look like you have all the local trains for Delmenhorst.
No, not Delmenhorst. The RRX should be coming around any minute now.
Well,
No, he's
okay, I
around the
haven't seen
back.
it. Yeah. Wait till they all came around. So, are these trains we've ridden?
Well, the Märklin, well, of course, that's
yeah,
a
we
freight.
haven't ridden them. That's right.
We have ridden on each of these.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. These are all trains we rode. We were on the brown ones. I call them brown. I know you don't call them brown.
But you got double
That's
deckers and
okay.
you got single deckers.
Yeah.
Do you remember what these are called? These type of trains have a certain.
Oh boy.
But you're right; they're all commuters.
Yeah.
They're regional commuters.
Right. Oh boy, are they Tauruses?
No, Taurus is a locomotive that pulls the
I
rail
know.
jets.
Oh, is it
No, like
different?
one's a Desiro and one's a Velaro.
Okay.
One's
yeah.
a Lint class. I don't know what the 650
Okay,
has.
so that's not it. Yeah, they're just trains. Morning, Mansville. Rain is still half asleep. Okay. So,
Um,
oh, you were on a radio show on YouTube about an hour ago. Oh, that's cool.
who was? Oh, Jeff.
Sir Fox.
You're on a radio show. Oh, well, that's cool.
Oh, Jeff.
Nobody
Russell.
ever invites me to be on a show.
Yeah, that's nice.
I never get to be on a podcast. I never get to be.
You're
They're
Desiro.
multiple units.
Okay.
When they don't have a locomotive,
Yeah. I
powered at
see.
each end.
They're powered at each
So
end.
you're either a DMU, diesel multiple unit,
Gotcha. I
and
see.
EMU,
That's what they are.
electric multiple unit. I'm pretty sure you know the term multiple unit, but
Yeah.
not that it's in an active.
What's that?
I packed up all the
Well, that's nice, Jeff.
dental and hygiene stuff that we would take.
You good? I didn't see
Well,
it.
no, it's on the counter, but I threw it all in the bag.
Gotcha.
Toothbrushes and all that.
Oh, you put them in the
but I didn't know
plastic
if you
bags.
needed to add anything.
Right. So
Threw
I'll
the
look at
toothpaste
it.
in there.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Oh, sure. We all understand. I shouldn't say we all understand jet lag, but jet lag is definitely a thing. And scale mounted railroad. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of guys doing that.
I have problems with that too.
I'm trying to promote me. It's all
Yeah.
about me.
It's all about you, indeed. And your. I wish more people watch Matt Clark. Getting the ones you don't
Yeah, today
do.
was the
Yeah, it's a fun episode today. Yeah,
no.
it's not.
No, this was the hearing.
Oh,
The really fun one is next week.
it's next week. Okay.
Last week was a fun episode where
yeah,
they arrived,
it was fun. Yeah,
where they were in
I
New
get
York
you.
on the
Okay,
boat.
you know, I saw it on my YouTube here.
No, this was Jean Ricard, or not Jean Ricard. It was John Philip Steamhair.
Right. With
With Ned to
Ned
Go.
to Go. Yeah.
I mean, to me,
I
one of the
am
funny
on
bits. One of the funny bits is not laughing out loud funny. It's just, Ned to Go's like, your uncle has tried to kill me many times. I know, and I'm very, very sorry for that. I'm very, very sorry that we've been trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Really, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, you messed up your new 3D.
But
printer?
that's the title of it. But see, the thing
Yeah.
is, I'm such a clever writer
You are. Thank
that in episode 1, John
Yeah.
Phillip is talking to Paul Patine and
Right.
letting Paul Patine know I'm in charge.
you. Yeah.
Don't think you're suddenly going to be in charge.
Right.
But he does that bit where he's talking to Senator Paul Patine
Mhm.
and says, that was the problem with my
Yes,
uncle.
that's
He was
right.
always so brutal that when somebody was being a pest like a fly, he always tried to squash the fly. He had to squash it as brutally as possible. Sometimes when you have a fly that's bothering you, just have to open the window and let the fly go. And he
Right.
describes Ned to Go as a fly.
Right.
He describes Matt Clark as a fly.
Okay.
So what is the title of episode 4?
Oh, the spider.
Said the spider to the fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't do things by half.
I know you don't.
When I put that stuff in, like the way Stanley Steamhair was always using chess references.
The flies ate the cold. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Hello. So, whoops.
Yeah, he's. I think that is a sign when he starts getting a little heated after running for 3 hours. So
Gotcha.
I might just go ahead and stop him again. I don't know why he just randomly stops, but
Yeah.
I really think that maybe he gets a
just
little
starts
warm.
to overheat a little bit. Okay. Anthony, your fly
Well,
is open.
if it is, nobody's going to see it anyhow because I'm above grade. But no, I'm not going to look. You're on live TV.
I don't care. I can check. I take care of you. I take care of you. Wow.
Yeah, the real question is if it was open, would you have zipped it up on live TV? And now you're covering up.
Yeah. I would just say, turn the camera away. So anyway, yeah, no, it's exhausting. It's the kids are all excited.
Hey, Stormy
We
Sky
have
Steve,
conferences
hello.
next week, and time changes in 2 weeks, not next week.
Yeah, our time changes next
yeah.
week.
No, it doesn't.
UK is this week.
It doesn't change next week. It's the week after that.
Several people looked it up and said it was next week.
Well, I don't think so.
I thought it was first weekend of November. That's next weekend. Next week is November 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That container train looks new. How new is new? You talking the Märklin one?
Definitely the containers aren't new. The black one I've had for a little while, that
Yeah.
all black Märklin one.
Looking forward to the YouTube meetup at Deschler. Okay.
Yeah, we still got to decide whether we're going to be able to go to that or not.
Where's Deschler?
About an hour south of here. Deschler is where that guy was from that hit Lynn.
That's right.
And then he
Idiot.
fled to New Mexico.
Yep, he sure did.
He didn't have car insurance and he took off. He hit my daughter's car and totaled it and disappeared.
Yep. Gave
Police
the wrong
traced him to New Mexico, but it
gave
was
the wrong information. And
lied to the
here's
police,
my
get the wrong
insurance
information.
and it wasn't right. Caused a lot. Just totaled her car. It was an icy day, and he was not being as careful as he should have been.
But Deschler is a small town, but it's got this famous rail crossroads in there, and they have certain
Gotcha.
times where they do things there. So we could drive
So
down
we
and say
could-
hello. There's
I'd say I wouldn't mind another quiet weekend, but it's okay.
yeah.
Or
Well,
we could
that's just
go.
it. We have this weekend. We're off.
We're busy.
Last weekend we were busy. But it doesn't have to be a whole weekend. It would just be drive down, say hello for an hour, and leave. Trackside Mike's going to be there. The Stormy Sky
Okay.
people are going to be there. A couple other people are going to be
That's
there.
nice.
But we'll just have to see how you're feeling.
Yeah, it'll be a different
How
story.
quick
this
are
week.
you going to? Because it is, I was going to end this 5:40-ish.
That's fine. We just got to put a few things together and we can go.
Okay.
Yeah, I see my foot doctor, and then we're going out to lunch.
What?
See my foot doctor. and
Well,
we're
the
going
thing
out
is,
to-
the Ohio
okay,
State
you're
game,
right. It is on the 2nd for some
the
reason.
Ohio State game against Penn State is on at noon. It's a big noon kickoff next
Tomorrow?
week. No, they're off tomorrow.
Following week.
Ohio
Yeah, I
State's
thought they were
off.
off this week. Okay.
Have that.
All
Fox
your
Sports-
Pistons get overheated when a beautiful woman enters the room.
What's that?
Ray. All the Pistons get overheated when a beautiful woman walks in the room.
Well, there's that. But boom.
But I'm bummed indeed. So yeah, no, 45 is fine.
We won't discuss my piston.
Did you pack your pills?
I packed all my pills.
Okay, guys, you said that.
I've got all my meds. Got all my
Okay.
clothes. I already packed up my laptop computer.
And I need to take my knee pillow again.
Okay,
I
you
can just
want
throw
to
it
take your knee
I
pillow?
can throw it in the bag.
Because, yeah, as I mentioned, some of you may not have
Oh.
caught, because we're at the most we've had so
60-year-old
far.
got killed by an e-scooter. Got killed by an e-scooter. Wow. That's a little surprising.
Oh, well, they were showing in Prague, they were showing that people are renting these e-scooters and they're riding them on the sidewalks and
Right.
pedestrian zones and they're not supposed to. And they
Yeah.
run them and they're showing people running into them. Now, the ones that Honest Guides of Prague showed were where the guys on the scooters were drunk and hit curbs and went flying.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I could
They seem
see
to
if
be
you're going
hurting
fast on those, you
themselves.
could,
Yeah, you're going fast enough. You can hit somebody.
or running into
All
cars.
right, bye, Karen.
All right, Karen. Yeah, running into cars as opposed to the car running into
Right.
them. But yeah. All right, Monsville,
All
have
right,
a good
Monsville, take care of
start
yourself
to your day.
and enjoy.
But the Brahma guy is running beautifully today. This guy actually ran beautifully until we started this slowdown bit.
Yeah. Does is Mons in New Zealand?
No, back home.
Back home.
Near,
Okay.
They
Gotcha.
are in or near Adelaide, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
I
All
forget.
right, Mons.
I did watch your latest video, just haven't commented on it yet. It was your Rusty Gold or Trash to Treasure.
All right, sounds good.
Showing a couple of your different layouts of
Hey,
the Santa Fe. You had the Santa Fe diesel locomotive running, and you had to fix the couplers. You had to adjust the knuckle couplers.
All right, Stormy.
Brisbane, that's it. Brisbane, not Adelaide.
Right.
Brisbane.
Okay. Yeah, we can probably go.
What the
right
Deshler?
now? I'm just tired.
Yeah, I know.
Deshler. So it's hard to think.
Well, again,
ahead.
it's not like you have to make a reservation. It's just if we
Yeah.
show up, we show up.
Show up. That's right. Well, it feels like you've done your front garden in the last 2 weeks. Okay. It sounds like spring work.
Well, yeah, you guys are warming up there. Because it's what? This time in 2 years. 2 years from October, we'll be in Aussie land again.
Yeah, we'll figure out where we're going.
I don't know. I think I liked going in June.
You were cold.
It was cold, but it also meant no brown snakes, no huntsman spiders, no dunny spiders, no
We'll be fine.
redbacks, no.
We'll be fine.
All the poisonous things were
Asleep.
Yeah,
we'll be fine. You got your lawn back to life. Nice. Got school pictures back today. Forgot to pass them out, darn it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'll tell parents on there. Send an email. And
How do you
that
forget
same
pictures?
expression. I look like I'm either going to burst out laughing or crying. I don't know if that's what I look like all the time. It worries me a little bit.
I know you got that picture, which is,
Yeah.
I don't know how old that picture is
Yeah,
now.
but it's fine. I look fine there.
20 years ago.
Yeah, the last 2 years, I've got just the weirdest flippant expression on my face. You know, eyebrows are squished in. And I was younger then. I could take pictures okay.
Are you kidding? Half the time I didn't get picture taken. They started leaving me out of the yearbook.
Really? Why?
They just because I didn't go down and get my picture taken.
Oh.
And they used to use the old pictures. I would forget about it half the time. I'd go in, do my stuff, get ready, set up,
It's a lot harder in high school.
lean back and go, okay, meditate for the day. It's like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to go downstairs and get my picture
They
taken.
called teachers this year at 8:45. Students come into our room at 8:50.
34 when you left to work this morning. We had a nippy couple of mornings here.
Oh yeah, and we're supposed to be.
We're going to get nippier.
Well, Friday and Saturday morning. It was
Oh, boy.
cloudy last night, so
I could
we
do
stayed in
Pastor
the upper
Person right away.
30s.
It's very nippy out there.
Although
This is a
we
cockpit.
got to talk because
perhaps my
Anthony
brothers
wants to
and I
go in
could
the
meet
water,
you
so I
this
think
way
we
through.
might do a trip there and just I don't know where else we go.
What?
But you're saying there's gators in the water, so I think we need.
Yeah, we were watching a New Zealand video making fun of Australia, and they were talking about when you go up, you can't go swimming at the beaches because the gators or the sharks or the box jellyfish.
Yeah.
There's all these horrible things that'll get you. And if you go walking a little behind, it's the brown snakes and the spiders and blah, blah, blah.
So,
Now, it was obviously a New Zealander taking the mickey out of the Aussies. But, yeah, it makes me go, oh, maybe I don't want to go to the Northeast Australia. But I do. I mean, I do want to go to that part.
So, but it might not be the only place we go. I think we should talk, Artie, but not for a year.
Yeah, we got some time before that happens. Life will happen.
No, we're gonna have to fly.
Right now, we're gonna look.
Pop, pop.
We're gonna have to look into what we're gonna do for.
Yeah, we haven't really
the
figured
UK.
out what we're
We
doing
gotta
in the
start-
UK either.
It's about that time my brain is turning on going to the UK.
It's time to start planning that trip.
Yeah. No, next week's episode of Matt Clark is where
It's a fun one.
things really start kicking off.
Definitely a fun one.
Oh, like I said, episode 2 and 3 were good. I liked two was where they're in New York. That was a good scene. Getting on the boat and a little bit. There was some good banter going on.
Right.
3 with what's going on back in Big Gulch.
Right.
I thought 3 was
that
hilarious.
was okay too. Yeah.
I thought 3 was hilarious.
Yep.
I'm biased, but I thought it was funny.
Ari says, I've been in the waters up north and made it back without love bites.
They were scared of you.
Oh, you smell local? I don't know.
Okay, so what? Yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes yet.
Yeah, I think so. Have you seen Cayenne?
Have I seen Cayenne? No, we have not seen Cayenne.
Shorter days. I think we're
Well,
going
be
out.
shorter days.
We're going out to dinner on Sunday.
We have to.
We have to. Yeah. Maybe just go to Applebee's or something.
Yeah.
It was the smell that put them off, right? You say you smelled like an Australian, and they said, you like the foreigners better. So anyway, but yeah, we gotta do this one. So you put some shrubberies and some
I did that
wildflowers.
during the show. I did that during the show because Ifo, I was talking about how I was so much happier with the green, and Ifo goes, well, you need to put some bushes and shrubberies and weeds in that area. And I'm just like, fine. I was being kind of flippant.
Oh, I can tell.
In a good-natured, funny way.
Of course. You have to do it throughout, I think.
See, the problem is the scenes I've got reserved for France and Germany
A shrubbery, yes.
are very funny. I'm just rewriting most of what was going to happen in the
Python.
UK.
Y'all know what a shrubbery is?
A shrubbery?
It's a shrubbery.
So that we get the nice 2-level effect. Yeah, the Knights Who Say Need.
Knights Who Say Need.
I am Roger the Shrubber. Oh, what sad times we live in when random villains can go around and say need to helpless people. Me. I am Roger. I am a shrubber. I am Roger the Shrubber.
Yeah, we Americans know a thing or two. Icky, icky, fyang. Right? Patang. Icky, icky, patang.
Icky, icky, patang, patang. Oh, come on, please. And you must cut down the largest tree in the forest with a
They
herring.
do like the most.
What?
So they do like the locals the most. Hi, Mystic. It sounds they are a little bit. I know, sorry.
Yawning live on TV.
What can I say?
My show can't be any good when my own wife yawns during it.
Oh, it's not you.
It's the relaxing, hypnotic sound of trains going by. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack,
It's all
clickety-clack.
more like I'm home. So
Yeah, you're going to be a lot of fun on that car ride,
I'll be
that
fine.
2.5-hour car ride.
I will get my
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to it.
second wind here, I'm sure. I'm not, but I'm going to try. Hi, Andre.
I'm
Good
looking forward
time.
to you getting your second wind.
Guten Abend is more likely. Or
Guten Abend.
Nacht.
Yeah, but
Guten Nacht. Just trying to be accurate.
all right, let's see if he can do the last few minutes.
I know we like to fix a lot. You fell asleep. It is late.
To push the palm a lot.
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock, or after 11 o'clock, I should say. So,
Ain't nothing shaking but the leaves in the trees.
Usually pretty out by then. Yeah, we got a break a day. What?
Don't know what to tell you, dear.
I know.
Oh, so I got.
I just
Fuzzies
picked
and
up
stuff?
some, yeah.
Well, I was on
Yeah,
the floor down
because
here
some
setting up trains
Hardy
and
and
bringing in
Mons,
the-
it's way too
bringing in
early.
the guys.
Greg, if he's here,
Did you check out your new range oven stove?
it's pretty.
It's too short in the back.
Yeah, it doesn't have a back.
I thought we ordered it with a back.
Apparently not. What's for dinner? Whatever we find on the road.
Yeah, we're hitting the highway. We're
We
going to
are
end this in a
going
couple
down.
of minutes, and then it's on the road.
Yeah, we're going down to spend tomorrow with our son. So, which we should message him and tell him that's what we're doing because we were a little on the.
I thought we told him for sure we were coming. You've only been talking
we're
about for 2
coming.
weeks.
We're coming. We didn't tell him time.
The specific
Yeah.
itinerary. Well,
Right.
Eric never came in today.
Yeah. Okay. Fresh roadkill. It's an option in Ohio for sure.
Ugh.
Deer, rabbit.
Unless there's a cow going across the
Squirrel.
highway and they crushed it into burgers.
I tell you,
And it was a female cow with its
your
udders going that made a
sponsors
milkshake.
keep popping up.
I know.
Isn't that annoying?
I don't even have sponsors.
Well, apparently you do, because that's what they call it. No, it's,
It's
not
sponsored
surprising
ads,
at
but
all.
I'm not sponsored
It was
by
just
them.
the time. That's just the timing is all we needed to refine. So plan A didn't kind of work, so we're on plan B.
Same to you.
Why does he random beep? Rabbits are
Because
too
when you
bony.
turn on one of the things, it just has random.
Functions.
Yeah, it's just randomly beeps.
Yeah, all right. It's all right with me. Game
That
meets
one
two
has
game.
it too. The Brava has it too,
It'll
where
just
when
beep
you hit one of the
random.
running sounds, it will just
Yeah.
randomly.
So that's all right.
God, rabbit. I remember having rabbit as a kid and going, "Bleh."
I've not had the pleasure. Especially the Playboy bunnies. Yeah.
Oh, I've had Playboy
They
bunnies.
taste like what they eat. Yeah. So rabbit should taste like grass.
I've had Playboy bunny. Hippity hoppity hippity hoppity.
I think we're going to the shade for dinner tomorrow,
Fine.
and then we're leaving.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Sure. Same to you.
It's a light lunch, or just maybe a brunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
All right. Well, it's
some
5:45, so I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. Yeah,
I
because we
wanna
got to hit the road.
The sooner the
Somewhere
better.
2.5 to 3 hours. Because of course he's in the southern part of
Allie's way outside of Columbus.
the southern
Really
part
is
of the
way
Columbus
outside.
area, so we have
Oh,
to
I
go
stopped that one right on the
through Columbus. Oh, on the
on the
Yeah.
incline. I don't like to.
you
stop
don't want to
them on
do
the
that.
incline.
Yep. Stress them out.
Whoa. Yeah, it's a Brava too, so once you stop it, it does that. It's got a built-in slow
Okay.
build up.
Yeah, I can't quite reach them anymore. Frog and flange?
What? Oh,
Frog and flange?
frog and flange.
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 Okay.
Come on.
A flange. Okay. I don't know why I'm
What kind
saying
of
it like
teacher
that,
are
but
you?
flange.
That's kind of keep surviving.
That's right. The best kind. I keep surviving. The kids are pretty wild. I did point out to them, it's a 3-day week next week, but I am seeing your parents on
Some
Wednesday or Thursday. So I would be careful how I behave.
Yeah, you don't want certain things fresh in my memory, do you?
Yep.
Oh, it's over here, right? All the way over. I've got so many screens. It's just
You
ridiculous.
do have a ridiculous number of screens. I agree.
But it's needed. but
Yeah.
I
All from the
need
racetrack.
screens, honey.
So anyway, jump into Artie's tomorrow. whatever that it means to you. I know our Aussie friends, he's just way too late.
Yeah, no. Artie's not late for Aussie. He's late for UK and
That's
Europe.
what I said for the UK people. And
Somebody
Europe.
said, but for the Aussie people, he's too late.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
They
so
did.
anyhow, let's
Hard to say.
wrap the show up so we can hit the highway. But I got to get
Yep.
to the right screen and the right camera. People are already leaving. They know it's coming out. They're going to say
There they
goodbye.
go.
So
We're
let's get out of
out.
here.
We're out. We're out.
It's like they think we're passing out.
Wow, you're 10 away from 300 lives.
Oh,
That's pretty crazy.
That's normal.
Oh, there's no big deal to do.
Oh, I'm 10 away for 300 live
Live
streams. Yeah.
Right.
We just did 250, and that was a big deal. Now it's
Right.
going up. So anyhow, we got to hit the road. So we're going to cut this short today. We want to
Yep.
thank all of you who joined us once again to share part of your Friday with us.
Yep.
Awesome as it is. And to those of you watching on makeup or just coming in as we're leaving
You're right.
because you're like, well, I can tolerate
I'm
10 minutes of
educated.
them. We got to hit the road. So we got to take off here. So
Right.
until next time, and maybe between now and then, I'll actually have a video up that I got my cars in, but I'm not holding my breath. So until
It's a
then,
tragic story.
we missed her last week, so you're going to have to say it twice today.
Okay.
I'm Eater Zane,
Choose. Choose.
and happy trains.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you.